Hello everyone, it is I, the lovely sweet from Joystick Jockeys. We're collaborating with our lovely boys at Gayme Bar, hey. And we're talking about our top 5 DS games because we're at the end of the lifespan for the DS, because the 3DS will be out by the time this video goes up tomorrow. Well, no, technically today, when the video goes up, it'll be today. Anyway, so my top 5 DS games that I've always had in rotation ever since I've, had every iteration of the DS have been the following. Starting from number 5, going all the way to number 1. Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. This game started out on the Game Boy Advance with Mario & Luigi Partners in Time, not Partners in Time, but Superstar Saga was the first one that came out. And I've always really enjoyed these games because I felt like it was the next closest thing that we were going to get to another Mario RPG. Which, Square Enix, I'm looking at you, collaborate with Nintendo again and make another one. It'll be awesome. But anyway, it was just a really fantastic game. You get to play with Mario and Luigi, and you're actually inside of Bowser in this one. So you get to play not only as Mario and Luigi, but you get to play as Bowser as well. So utilizing Bowser's fire-breathing and punching techniques along with Mario and Luigi's shenanigans was a really cool dichotomy of gameplay elements that you got to experience in this game. So I definitely would recommend this one to anyone that hasn't had a chance to play it. It's really good, it's a fun game, and the writing is hysterical, so definitely check that one out. And my number 4, I've always been a fan of rhythm and dance games. I've loved them ever since the genre kind of first started way back when. And for me, Elite Beat Agents was fantastic. I love this game a lot. I was a bigger fan of the Japanese version of this game, the Os Tatakai Oendan, but that game didn't come out over here because there's a bunch of Japanese songs that Americans don't know. So, as a localization of the same concept, I really enjoyed this game. It was fantastic, it's a lot of fun. Had a couple of good songs and a couple of questionable ones, but all in all, fun experience. But if we're going to talk about rhythm games that are truly unforgiving and are really, really tough, Rhythm Heaven was really hard. And they're actually making a Wii version of Rhythm Heaven, which I'm really excited about. But there are over 50 rhythm games. Tap, flick, and slide to the beat. And also wanting to break your DS in half. Because when it gets to the point of the game where you're actually doing rhythm challenges that are on the offbeat of the song, is when it gets really hard. And I still haven't completed this game because I cannot complete the offbeat challenges of this game. So, if you like rhythm and dance games, Rhythm Heaven I would highly recommend. If you want to be challenged, this is the one to play. And for my number 2 pick is Kirby Superstar Ultra. This is basically just support of the Super Nintendo game Kirby Superstars that came out years and years ago, which is by far one of my favorite Kirby games that I've ever played in my entire life. Because it was just 5 or 6 games in one. And they added so many more games, and you can do 1 to 4 players, which is fantastic because it was a really good game that could have used a multiplayer experience other than 2 players, and lo and behold, on the DS, it is. Fantastic game, a lot of really fun, really long games within it, so you're going to get a lot of content for not a whole lot of money. I don't believe it's $26.99 anymore, but however much it is, check your local video game stores to see if they have it. Pick it up if you want a really good solid game that you can pick up and play and put down at any given point, so this is a good one to have. And my number 1, I just brought the first iteration of this game only because there are 4 versions of this game. So I'm going to speak for it as a series in general, but the Ace Attorney series, Phoenix Wright, has got to be one of my favorite games that I've ever played on the DS. When I first heard they were making an attorney game for the DS, I was like, how is that going to be fun? Phoenix Wright is a blast. The writing is smart, it's quick, it's funny, and all the investigation stuff that you get to do in the game is absolutely fantastic. Phoenix Wright, the character, was in the first 3 games, and then the 4th game, it became Apollo Justice. Phoenix Wright does make an appearance in Apollo Justice, but all in all 4 games are absolutely fantastic. I think anyone that has a DS that wants something that's a little bit different should pick this up. It's definitely a series that I think everybody should love and be into, and should give a playthrough or not. And it's also available on your iPhone, and the Wii as well, so you have no excuse. None. Unless you don't have a DS, or a Wii, or an iPhone. So I guess those are relevant excuses, but whatever. Get this game. It's fantastic. You all should play it. But that's all from me, and we'll see you guys next time.